those Kiwis again. We're good at semi-finals. We've played in one final, and that was the last time. It's hard to go past the big three, really. India, England are at home, and Australia, because they've got Warner and Smith back. And Warner, you can see, very driven, tough individual, got a lot to prove. And so with him back, and he had a great IPL, so he is wanting to keep proving himself to himself in a way, and perhaps to a very close clique of family, and then of course into Australia after the whole dramas of the Sandpaper Gate. So you look at him and you look at getting Smith back, two very key batters, and of course 50 over cricket is about batting a bit longer than in T20. So yeah, I'd be worried about the Aussies because they've got points to prove. Kiwis, South Africans are good at World Cups. South Africans have been to a few semi-finals themselves. And then you look at...
I think you've picked more than 4 already.
Okay, we'll stop there. But I'm actually going to love throwing in... we love upsets too, don't we? And I love the underdog. So with Afghanistan there, I love that. And because they've got some great mystery bowlers and a couple of hard-hitting batsmen, you'd love an upset. You'd love to see someone become unhinged. Who cares, as long as Afghanistan upsets someone. Yeah, I mentioned England and India. I think the balance... for India first, let's go with them. They've played there recently, last year, so they know what to expect a bit. And I think they have got the weaponry, the arsenal, to cope on different days, because as you know with 50 over cricket in England, it can start off beautifully and you might be batting in good conditions and all of a sudden it clouds over and you've got lucky with that and it swings around. Conversely, the other way, you might be inserted and it's really dark and overcast and then becomes nice and sunny for when you bat. So there's all those freaky things, those permutations and variables that happen when you're playing in English conditions. So, and I look at England playing at home, they've got some couple of useful spinners, and Moeen Ali's all-rounder, Rashid, very good with white ball cricket. I like to look at them and then their paces as well. Ben Stokes has got a bit to prove. He's had some niggles and hasn't been bowling that great, but he can bounce back because he's a class act. So I look at that, and then I look at the Aussies, that left-handedness that they possess, left-arm swingers, big Mitch Stark, Behrendorff, and then if they have some fitness issues around different guys, but I like Coulter-Nile, big change-up, tall, strong guy, difference in bounce and stuff. So, they've got some good bowlers, and they've got variety. Depending if Zampa, they pick him as well. So, to me, those are the two balanced attacks with experience that really do stand out. And the others have got key individuals, but overall balance over the whole group, I like England and India. Yeah, again, it comes back to the balance of the side, who they want to do. Even dear old Kane Williamson, does he fiddle 2, 3, 4 overs possibly in the game? And you say pick Santner, and then you go with the swing kings, and you predominantly go with that balance. To someone like a Jimmy Neesham in terms of that all-rounder spot, play ahead of another spinner. Do you pick Sodhi and Santner in the same 11, given the conditions? Perhaps. That's not impossible either. Don't get me wrong, but Kane Williamson, who used to bowl a bit, doesn't so much now because all the off-spinners came under the microscope, didn't they? It's a little bit kinky. So when I look at that, New Zealand too, don't underestimate them. I've sort of been a bit more backward and humble talking about my countrymen. They got to the final. You talk about the swing kings here together. Again, if the conditions suit, and you get those little bits of lady luck with you when it's overcast, when they're bowling and swings a bit, ball at each end, they can cause problems. I think you should see more of it because of the way it's been executed here, very impressive, massively impressive. The floating ball that just doesn't quite arrive and bamboozles guys. And if it's executed at the correct time, very difficult. So, I've liked it, and I think you're right. Again, cutters, slower balls, tennis ball bounces, Yorkers from wide out, Yorkers from close in. You've got to be sensible about your execution when you deliver those. But I think that's the beauty, and that's the difference of the game. I think particularly since 2008, when the leagues got stronger and IPL started, and then the other ones followed. So let's call it the last decade or so, where a variety of bowlers have had to come up with more bags in their tricks in their bag, because you're going to get smashed around the ground, because batters can bat 360 degrees, scoops and reverses and dabs, all of that. So I'll be fascinated. Good question. I'll be fascinated to see how many knuckleballs and more variety, particularly from the quick men, given that these pitches are so good.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.